Being recorded.
Morning, everyone. My name is Sterling Higa, Chairperson of the Authority. I'd now like to call to order the March 4th, 2026 public hearing of the Hawaii Community Development Authority. The time is now 9 a.m.
Thank you, Chair. In accordance with section 92-3.7 Hawaii Revised Statutes, the Hawaii Community Development Authority is holding today's public hearing virtually on Zoom and in person. The Zoom link details were included in the public hearing notice. Therefore, members of the public are welcome to join us on Zoom and also at our physical meeting site at the American Brewery Building, 547 Queen Street, second floor boardroom, Honolulu, Hawaii 96813. The HCDA communications staff is hosting this meeting. Once this meeting begins, everyone will be muted for clearer audio. Board members, if you have any comments or questions, please unmute yourselves to speak. It is important that all individuals clearly state their name, pseudonym, or other identifier name each time prior to speaking. If you are providing verbal public testimony, your name will be called accordingly. If you are attending in person, when your name is called, please come to the front of the room. And if you're attending virtually, please turn your video on only while providing your testimony. In either case, please clearly state your name and affiliation and proceed with your testimony. Oral testimony will be limited to 3 minutes and will be accepted only on matters directly related to the public hearing subject. Keep in mind that this is an opportunity to share your thoughts with us. If you ask questions during your testimony, neither the board nor the staff is required to provide an answer. If the authority's connection for the remote meeting is lost, the meeting will be recessed until the connection is restored. If it cannot be restored within 30 minutes, the hearing will be reconvened on Thursday, March 5th, 2026 at 9 a.m. at the same physical location and virtual Zoom link as today's hearing. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. HCDA board members, please remain visible and audible during the meeting. Also, please acknowledge you are present by either saying here or present. Let the record reflect that the following members are present. Vice Chair Ishii.
Here.
Thank you. Secretary Lidson.
Hail.
Oh, she's here.
Thank you. Member Miranda Johnson.
Here.
Thank you. Member Anderson.
Here.
Thank you. We have Member Permiano for DBET.
Present.
Thank you. Member Strites.
Here.
Thank you. Member Sakota.
Here.
Thank you. And Member China.
Here.
Thank you.
Quorum, Chair.
Thank you. For today's meeting, board members will have an opportunity to ask questions or provide comments after an agenda item has been presented. Individuals from the public who have requested to provide verbal public testimony are on standby and will be permitted to provide testimony respectively. Would counsel for the applicant make their appearances at this time?
Good morning, Chair Higa, Executive Director Nakamoto, members of the authority and the HCDA staff, Brian Kang and Summer Kayabe, appearing on behalf of the applicant Victoria Ward Limited this morning.
Good morning. To the legal basis and purpose, today's hearing is being convened under the provisions of Chapter 15-22, Vested Malware Rules, and 15-219, Rules of Practice and Procedure, Hawaii Administrative Rules, and Section 206E-5.6, Hawaii Revised Statute. This plan development permit application is being considered under the provisions of the 2005 Malware Area Rules, the vested rules, pursuant to the amended and restated Master Plan Development Agreement for the Ward Neighborhood Master Plan between HCDA and Victoria Ward Limited, effective January 13, 2025. The nature of today's public hearing is to allow the applicant to present the proposed amendments to the previously approved project and to provide the general public with the opportunity to present oral and or written testimony. The applicant is Victoria Ward Limited. The development permit number is KK 25-045. The project is Mahana Ward Village. The tax map key is 12-3-002-016 portion of. Project location is 432 Ward Avenue, Honolulu, Hawaii 96814. Description: the request before us is for a development permit application submitted on December 16, 2025, which proposes to amend the development permit number KAK 23-027, previously approved by the authority on September 6, 2023, for the construction of a residential mixed-use condominium project on an approximately 80,256 square foot lot on the northeast corner of Alekowila Street and Ward Avenue, next to a planned rail station. The amended project includes 451 residential units, which is an increase of 111 units relative to the previously approved project. The project includes a single residential tower that is about 399.5 feet high, plus another 18 feet for rooftop elements. A parking and mixed-use podium will contain residential units, common areas, about 674 off-street automobile parking stalls, and 13,600 square feet of commercial floor area. In conjunction with this amended development permit application, the applicant is also requesting a modification of the height of the parking and mixed-use podium from the vested multi-area rules. The amended project proposes an additional 2.5 feet in height to the previously approved podium for a total height of 77.5 feet, along with an additional 12 feet for accessory use structures having a total area less than 15% of the parking and mixed-use podium roof area, and an additional 18 feet for vent pipes, fans, roof, access stairwells, and structures housing rooftop machinery on the mixed-use podium roof. The applicant will be making a presentation at a separate public hearing for the modifications tomorrow, Thursday, March 5th, 2006, at 9 a.m. Legal notice. A public hearing notice was published in the Honolulu Star Advertiser, Maui News, the Garden Isle Hawaii Tribune Herald, West Hawaii today on Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. Chair.
Great. I'll briefly explain the procedures for today's public hearing. First, HCDA staff will present its report summarizing the applicant's request. Following that presentation, we will receive the presentation of the applicant and then testimony from the public. Only members of the HCDA authority and the executive director will be permitted to ask questions of the staff, applicant, or individuals providing testimony, and I will be acting as the presiding officer for today's hearing. Are there any questions as to our procedures? Seeing none. In accordance with HAR 15-219-49, interested persons were provided an opportunity to intervene to participate as a party in this hearing by submitting a written request to HCDA by 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. For the record, there are no present motions to intervene received by HCDA for the Mahana Ward Village application. We will now begin our proceedings. Mr. Ryan Tam, HCDA's Director of Planning and Development, will now present the staff report. Mr. Ryan Tam.
Good morning, Chair Higa and board members. The staff report was provided in your packets and was also uploaded for public review. I do want to take a minute to recognize the hard work of our staff planner, Laura Moe, and the rest of the team, as well as support work by Keelan Darmain, Francine Tunnerlin, and the rest of the HCDA Ohana. The applicant will be providing a more comprehensive presentation, so I just wanted to highlight a few key points. Again, the application was deemed complete on January 21st, 2026, and will be automatically approved on June 29th, 2026, if no action is taken. The application did include updated studies on traffic impacts, infrastructure availability, shadows, wind, pedestrian assessment, and noise. Table 1 on page 6 of the staff report does compare the previously approved project and the amended project before you today. I will note that the additional units and floor area comes from the additional height, as well as a more uniform tower footprint. However, even with the additional floor area resulting in increased height, the height of the building does meet the requirements of the vested rules. As shown in the application exhibits, the tower footprint is about 225 feet long in the Malcolm Mackay direction and about 60 to 70 feet wide. The 2023 tower design generally had a similar footprint up to about the 22nd floor, albeit with less articulation. The footprint of the top 12 floors, however, had been stepped back to about 164 feet long in the Malcolm Mackay direction. So again, this is where the additional floor area is being used. With regards to floor area, I did also want to note a correction at the bottom of page 9 of the staff report. The applicant is indeed proposing to use approximately 156,000 square feet of supplemental floor area credits for Mahana, not the approximately 74,000 square feet that is mentioned. As such, the applicant is indeed planning to use most of the floor area credit for these transactions. So I do apologize for this error. As shown in figure 1 on page 12, the project does propose 12,586 square feet of open space at the ground level. Most of this open space does wrap around the mixed-use podium and parking structure. As shown in figure 12 and figure 2 on page 13, approximately 962 square feet of open space in the plaza area adjacent to the forthcoming rail station is labeled as being licensable. Along Queen Street, as required by the 2023 permit, a pocket park is provided to help activate the area until further redeveloped. The previously submitted design for the pocket park does include a drinking fountain, benches, and shade trees. As shown on table 6 of page 14 of the staff report, the project requires 544 residential parking stalls, but the applicant is providing 662 on-site parking stalls. This does include a mix of standard, compact, and tandem spaces. The 36 required commercial parking stalls will be provided in the district parking sites at the Aali Ward Village and the Park Ward Village. The amended project still meets the view corridor setbacks for Ward Avenue. The tower orientation has not changed and meets the requirements of the vested rules. As for the modification request, and although this will be discussed at tomorrow's hearing, we did want to clarify figure 5 on page 23 of the staff report. In a second, I'm going to pull up an updated figure which shows the elevation looking Mackay from the future rail station. Need to share. So the previous, again, the previous permit, KAK 23027, approved a 75-foot tall mixed-use podium as shown by the green arrow and dash green line here on the screen. Then the amended permit is requesting to increase this podium height by 2.5 feet for a total height of 77.5 feet, as shown by the red arrow and the dash red line. And here's an updated version of figure 6 from page 24 of the staff report. This shows an elevation looking Malka from Haleakala Street. Again, the approved 75-foot high podium is shown in the green line, and the requested amendment is shown in the red line and the red arrow. The HCDA did receive comments from several agencies. The State of Hawaii Department of Transportation stated that the comments and conditions related to the original development remain valid. The Honolulu Police Department requires a comprehensive traffic control plan during construction and recommends having an HPD special duty officer. The Office of Foreign Affairs requested copies of the Archaeological Inventory Survey and current and future correspondence. The Honolulu Authority for Rapid Transportation noted that the design appears to include the requested screening along the station side and did not have any comments at this time. They did want to review updated drawings, and we did include requirements in the previous decision in order to coordinate with HART. HCDA also received a late comment from the Department of Education requesting that the applicant meet to discuss the project's impacts on existing schools and develop strategies to address expected impacts on school capacity and operations. All agency comments have been forwarded to the applicant. In conclusion, the proposed amended project is generally consistent with the Ward Neighborhood Master Plan and the previously approved project. Subject to your questions, this concludes the staff report.
Great. Thank you. We'll move now. Board members, any comments or questions for staff?
Hi, Kevin Sakota for question.
Please, Member Sakota.
Hey, Brian, can you just remind me where the rail station's going? Proposed?
Yeah, and I'm sure the applicant will have that in their presentation, but the rail station is going to be just to the Mauka, so just to the north of the kind of the triangular plaza at the EVA end of the site. So Halakawila Street is going to continue on from where it currently terminates. It's going to continue on as a private driveway. And right at that corner kind of forms a wedge triangular portion.
Is the station Mauka or Makai of Queen Street?
The station is going to be Mackay of Queen Street. So
Gotcha.
again,
Okay.
the station is going to be just to the Mauka of this site and of the plaza at the Eva corner. And so right now, at least my understanding is that there is a windscreen that's currently going to be blocking kind of the plaza and protecting the pedestrians and users of the plaza. Once the rail station gets installed, there'll be a direct connection into the plaza, the entry plaza in front of the station. And again, that's going to be right on Ward Avenue.
Gotcha. Okay, thanks, Ryan.
And Member Sakota, in the exhibit packet, you can see the location of the proposed location of rail station relative to the project in exhibit 4.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Member Strites.
Sure. I just wanted to seek clarification about the screening that Hart requested. So you're saying that that was just for construction purposes?
No, it's so there's a parking structure that runs along the guideway where the guideway is going to go, and there's also an amenity deck. And so in 2023, I think Hart's comment letter had requested screening along that.
Permanent.
I believe so. So, because you don't want people throwing objects down to the guideway,
Amen.
and we don't want to suggest that.
Other comments, questions, board members?
Chair, yeah, I apologize. May I make one or request one clarification to the staff report for the record?
A clarification to the staff report?
Yes. So our understanding is that a correction was made to figure 6. And our understanding is that that same correction is also made to figure 5.
Yeah,
I'm sorry
that's
if I
correct.
missed that.
Figure 5 and 6, yeah. So I thought I showed that.
Yeah, I apologize.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Great. Members, any other comments or questions? Seeing none, we will proceed now to the receipt of exhibits to the record. Will counsel for the applicant please describe the exhibits that you wish to have admitted to the record?
Thank you, Chair Higa. Victoria Ward moves into evidence its exhibits and is proceeding listed in its exhibit list filed on February 20th, 2026, and marked as exhibits 1 through 25. In addition, Victoria Ward, pursuant to Hawaii Administrative Rule, Section 91-10, subsection 4, and Section 15-219-28, subsection 7, respectfully request that HCDA take official notice in this proceeding of the records and files of the contested case hearing and related proceedings for the original development permit for the project. And that was designated as KAK 23-027.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Kang. Members, any objections to the exhibits being offered by the applicant? Executive Director, any objections to the exhibits being offered?
None, Chair.
Hearing none, the applicant's exhibits 1 through 25 and the original development permit are admitted to the record. Will you be establishing any of your witnesses as experts in a subject area?
Yes, Chair Higa. Victoria Ward respectfully requests to qualify certain witnesses as expert witnesses in this proceeding pursuant to its witness list filed on February 20th, 2026. And those witnesses and their respective areas of expertise are Tom Schnell in urban planning, Joseph Ferraro in architecture, Glenn Kauai in civil engineering, Jenilyn Morrill in traffic engineering, Paul Brubaker in economics, Atao Sakuma in real estate marketing, supply and demand, Matt McDermott in archaeology, and Eric Morey in acoustics.
Thank you. And members, this is listed in the witness list in the packet. Members, any objections to the qualification of expert witnesses offered by the applicant? Executive Director, any objections?
No, Chair.
Great. Hearing no objections, the list of experts offered by the applicant is hereby accepted and qualified in their various subject areas. With the receipt of all exhibits and the list of experts being entered into the record, let us proceed with our hearing. Counsel, you may call your first witness.
Thank you very much, Chair Higa. Victoria Ward calls as its first witness, Kailani Sodaro.
Morning.
Morning.
Sodaro, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you provide is the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you very much, Chair Higa. Several of our witnesses will be presenting a slide presentation, which is marked as Exhibit 25, as well as portions of the PDP application. So it's okay to have my full counsel share those slides.
Please.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ms. Sodaro, for coming today. Can you please restate your name, place of employment, and position, please?
Ka'iolani Sodaro, Senior Vice President, Planning and Development, Victoria Ward Limited, herein referred to as VWL. I would like to clarify that my position does not involve overseeing or managing operational matters of Ward Village, and that if residents have questions regarding the operations of Ward Village Owners Association, they should inquire directly with their AOUO management to contact the Ward Village Owner Association directly. I am not on the Ward Village Owners Association board and not able to speak to Master Association operational and business matters.
What is Victoria Ward's interest in the amended plan development permit currently before the board today?
VWL is the owner and developer of the lands comprising Mahana Ward Village and the 60-acre Ward Neighborhood Master Plan area. VWL's team in Hawaii consists of about 80 team members, some of whom have worked at Ward Village for many decades.
And can you please briefly describe the Ward Master Plan?
Consistent with the legislature's vision to, quote, join the strengths of private enterprise and public development, end quote, to create a new form of long-range planning and improved development in Kaka'ako, HCDA approved the Ward Master Plan on January 14th, 2009, pursuant to Hawaii Administrative Rules Title 15 and Chapter 22, herein referenced as vested rules. The Ward Master Plan is the largest master plan in Kaka'ako and reflects years of stakeholder and community engagement that included charrettes, organizational briefings, cultural descendant consultation, and public outreach. In recognizing the need to maintain flexibility under the Ward Master Plan, HCDA determined in the Ward Master Plan decision and order that quote, approving the master plan will provide greater development flexibility for the purpose of attracting investment capital into the area and encouraging timely redevelopment and better overall planning for the area, end quote. Consistent with the flexibility to respond to evolving market and social conditions in Ward Village, VWL, after the parent corporation transitioned from General Growth Properties to Howard Hughes Corporation in 2010, spent 2 years studying the history of the Ward neighborhood, reaching out to the community, to our tenants, to cultural descendants, and to other stakeholders for their input on the plan. We wanted to ensure that we advanced the master plan properly, listening to the community and honoring and considering the important history of the area. As a result of those efforts, VWL, with the support of HCDA, made a number of adjustments in the approach on the Ward master plan, the benefits which are now coming to fruition. These included reorienting the towers to ensure a primary Malka Mackay orientation to significantly improve public view planes, refining the orientation of the Central Plaza, now referred to as Victoria Ward Park, to provide an additional view plane, as well as enlarging the park and providing green, pervious open spaces in lieu of the original vehicle-centric hardscape plaza designs, and provide additional improvements to create comfortable pedestrian walkways and open public space. The 15-year term of the Ward Master Plan expired on January 14th, 2024. In anticipation of this milestone, VWL and HCDA worked collaboratively throughout all of 2024 to negotiate and enter into an amended and reinstated development agreement, which pursuant to HCDA's approval then became effective on January 13th of 2025. Among other provisions, the amended and restated Master Plan Development Agreement governs VWL's commitment to complete various developments and improvements in Ward Village under the decision and orders entered during the effective period of the Ward Master Plan. The amended and restated Master Plan Development Agreement also requires the application of the 2005 Malka Area Rules to processing, consideration, and final disposition of any amendment to a plan development permit issued during the effective period of the Ward Master Plan, such as Mahana Ward Village, to ensure consistency with the 2005 Malka Area Rules and the Ward Master Plan.
Thank you. Can you please share with us an update on the major community benefits under the Ward Master Plan?
The primary component of HCDA's larger goal of revitalizing Kaka'ako and transforming the district into a cohesive community. The Ward Master Plan has transformed Ward Village into a vibrant neighborhood offering something for everyone. Multimodal streets, the Victoria Ward Park, unique local retailers and neighborhood services, a variety of residences, and a revitalized Kewalo Basin Harbor. The Ward Master Plan is designed to significantly enhance the quality of life for residents, visitors, and the general public in Honolulu urban core, in fulfilling and in several aspects materially exceeding commitments under the Ward Master Plan. VWL's continuing efforts have and will continue to transform the neighborhood with a major community benefits, including nearly 10 acres of existing under construction and approved open space and nearly 8.5 acres of completed and pending public facilities, which exceed the requirements under the Ward Master Plan. They've created new spaces in the neighborhood for community gatherings and events, all secured and maintained without expense to the public. The completion and opening of Victoria Ward Park Mackay in January 2025, Kala'is Park in September 2025, and most recently, the expanded and renovated Victoria Ward Park Malka opened in February 2026, have all marked significant milestones for the Ward Master Plan's vision of creating major connected public spaces throughout Ward Village. The final major connected open space under the Ward Master Plan is Calais Park. It's expected to open on the Diamond Head side of Ward Village in approximately 2030. Ward Village features a range of housing opportunities, including the full completion and delivery of 1,222 reserved housing homes in Kaka'ako. 375 reserved housing homes were delivered with Keiki an additional 150 homes at A'ali'i, and most recently 697 reserved housing homes at Ulana Ward Village. This fulfills and exceeds the reserved housing requirement under the Ward Master Plan. It's inclusive of all of the reserved housing credits that would be required for Mahana, years in advance of completion of market housing in Ward Village. This in turn timely provides local residents with much needed housing in the urban core, close to Honolulu's business district, the capital district, and Waikiki, and provides a conservative estimate of $150 million in shared equity back to HCDA to subsidize future affordable housing projects in Kaka'ako. As envisioned by the Mauka Area Plan and the Ward Master Plan, VWL's fulfillment of the master plan condition to realign Awahi Street to connect with Pohukaina Street is underway and anticipated to complete later this year. In the meantime, phase 1 of the Awahi Street improvements have already been completed, transforming Awahi Street from Queen Street through Victoria Ward Park into a pedestrian and bicycle-friendly corridor, which increases connectivity and circulation throughout all of Ward Village. And it also implements a major component of the Awahi Street Promenade as envisioned in the original Ward Master Plan. In conjunction with the Park Ward Village, VWL will complete the extension of Halikuila as envisioned. Mahana will be along the Mauka side of this driveway extension, which will provide an additional east-west connection within Ward Village and improve pedestrian circulation and walkability along landscaped, tree-lined sidewalks with numerous retail opportunities. An infusion of approximately $11.8 billion in economic output during the development and the generation of $700 million of state tax revenues while creating over 4,250 jobs. Investment of approximately $300 million in street, public infrastructure, and utility improvements. Creation of a pedestrian-friendly street network with canopy trees, redesigned streets as landscape promenades with proper street lighting, district sound, wayfinding cultural signage, and parking structures that are screened, landscaped, and all activated for street-level experiences. We placed $24 million in improvements to over 30 acres of the urban waterfront in Kewalo Harbor, including upgrades to the piers, docks, security, restrooms, a lifeguard response station, upgrades in landscaping, and important community facility, which also includes our support for Kupu Center, a green jobs training facility and community space by Kupu Hawaii. VWL restored and renovated the IBM building, an iconic mid-century modern building renowned by architect Valdemir Osipov, which now includes more than 62,000 square feet of zoned office space and areas for community events, ensuring that this historic part of the Honolulu skyline will remain for future generations. Creation of a smart growth community where residents can live, work, and play, and where the public can enjoy shopping, dining, and neighborhood activities, all accessible through multiple modes of public transportation. The engagement and inclusion of host and local culture, community, and the environment in the heart of Honolulu.
Thank you, Ms. Sodara. Please describe or provide an update on the development that has occurred to date under the Ward Map.
So we have received plan development permits for projects on land blocks 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of the Ward Master Plan. 8 mixed use projects, Waiea, Anaha, Ayo, Kekilohana, A'ali'i, Ko'ula, Victoria Place, and Ulana Ward Village have all been completed. 3 projects are currently under construction, the Park Ward Village, Kalai, and the Launeng. Interest in and sales of VWL's projects continue to be very strong. As of the third quarter of 2025, for example, 97% of the units at the Park Ward Village were sold, 100% of the reserved housing units at Ulana, and 93% of the units at Kalai are sold or under contract. 67% of the units at Launiu, which began construction also in 2025, are under contract, and 62% and 49% of the units at Melia and Ilima, respectively, which are both in pre-development, have already been pre-sold. As previously noted, development under the Ward Master Plan has also included substantial retail and commercial space, open space, public facilities, and numerous other community and public benefits.
And turning to the Ward Village community, can you please provide us an update and a few examples of how the Ward Master Plan will continue to revitalize the Ward Village?
We have continued and enhanced many of our popular community events within Ward Village, including Kona Nui Summer Nights, First Saturdays, a Happy Aloha Friday music series, a Read Aloud series, and our annual Founders Park Day. Recreational activations, and lots of holiday events. These free events provide much needed opportunities to gather, connect, and rejuvenate with others in Ward Village's public open spaces, including the newly expanded and improved Victoria Ward Park. As the neighborhood continues to mature, we are continuing to plan and organize the commercial tenant mix with residential and community uses. Special attention is being paid to the mix and proximity of these uses to ensure a healthy balance. Ward Village is currently home to 39 restaurants, cafes, and entertainment venues, 40 retail shops, and 46 specialized neighborhood services. The Park Ward Village, which will be across from Mahana, will seamlessly integrate with the recently opened expanded Victoria Ward Park Mauka. Construction of Halikuala will also be completed in conjunction with the Park Ward Village, providing an additional shaded, walkable area with local retail shops just steps away from Mahana. The Park Ward Village will also feature a unique and extensive wraparound shaded ground floor retail experience that will significantly enhance street and park level activation and will facilitate access to Victoria Ward Park, Mahana, and the Awahi Street Promenade and other areas within Ward Village.
We saw a slide with construction at Oahe Street earlier. Can you please provide us a quick update on the realignment with Oahe and Hopukaina Street?
As noted, Victoria Ward's progress to realign Awahi Street to connect with Pohokaina Street is well underway, pursuant to HCDA's prior decision and orders. The Park Ward Village DNO provides that the realignment of Awahi Street be completed as part of the Phase 2 Awahi Street pedestrian and promenade design and phasing plan submitted to HCDA in connection with Condition 13 of Ku'ula's DNO, which required the submission of a final design and construction schedule for improvement of Awahi Street, including this realignment to HCDA. We are currently working with the City and County of Honolulu to effectuate the realignment, which will bring this long envisioned community improvement to fruition. The realignment will also create a remnant area on the Diamond Head side of Ward Avenue that VWL plans to extensively renovate and improve in parallel with Kalai's development. This area will include lush landscaping, seating areas, public art, and attractive streetscape design. The realignment will also create an area adjacent to the Lau Nu, which VWL plans to improve into an active urban plaza.
And given these construction projects that are ongoing in Ward Village, can you please provide a status of the impacts of those construction projects?
Well, all of our current projects and improvements described will further advance our live, work, play vision of the Ward Master Plan. It will also significantly improve vehicular and pedestrian access and activation throughout Ward Village. We're also cognizant of the temporary impacts to residents and visitors from the current level of construction within our community, and we thank everyone for their patience with this. Many of the construction impacts within Ward Village include temporary lane and sidewalk closures, detours, and fencing. They are all necessary to protect the health and safety of motorists and pedestrians. While we understand these impacts are often inconvenient, shift in area and scope, and occur for extended periods, they are necessary and often legally required as improvements proceed. And for major projects, we do our best to notify those affected in advance as soon as possible. Our construction partners are constantly monitoring compliance with regulatory requirements and employ construction best management practices to ensure that impacts, including noise, dust, runoff, and other site-related issues are managed as required. In terms of specific areas and projects, we're pleased to share that construction impacts in the area near Kō'ula and A'ali'i will significantly be reduced this year as Victoria Ward Park Mauka is opened. The Park Ward Village is scheduled to open during the summer of this year, and in conjunction with that, Halikuala will fully open, connecting Ward Avenue to Kamake Street. These major milestones will substantially reduce the current effects of the construction noise, fencing, and detours and other impacts in the area.
And how is Ward how is Victoria Ward and the Ward Master Plan fulfilling its vision of sustainability for everybody?
As a result of its many inherently sustainable attributes and commitments made for these projects, the Ward Master Plan was awarded a platinum pre-certification rating by the U.S. Green Building Council's program lead for neighborhood design, making it the largest LEED ND Platinum project certified in the United States and the only project to garner this achievement in Hawaii. This is a significant achievement for the urban core of Honolulu, which will benefit Hawaii statewide and provide a useful example of ways in which Hawaii can encourage green building through creating a livable, walkable, and sustainable mixed-use urban neighborhood. In 2021, Ward Village was featured as a case study development by the World Green Building Council for providing social value with resilience and sustainability. VWL continues to focus on sustainability. We restriped Awahi Street to create protected bike lanes and enhance safety for bicyclists, which was followed by our founding sponsorship of Bicky and the installation of bike share locations and bike racks throughout the neighborhood. We also changed out all of the street lights in the neighborhood to LEDs, offering reduced energy use for the city and a safer, better lit street at night. During redevelopment of each project, we have relocated dozens of healthy trees throughout Ward Village, Kewalo, and even Ko'olawalu Park to help improve the urban tree canopy in the green neighborhood. The newly opened, expanded, and renovated Victoria Ward Park, a vibrant centerpiece of Ward Village, now provides an ample green space in the heart of urban Honolulu for residents and visitors to relax, play, and enjoy cultural and social activities. The park's design and landscaping will provide natural stormwater filtration, as well as a reduction in soil erosion and urban heat impacts. As is the case throughout Ward Village, lighting and irrigation technology within the park will further support energy and water efficiency. Each of our projects implemented a number of sustainability strategies. The mixed use and urban quality of the area exceeds the community connectivity and public transportation access criteria for sustainable sites. Bicycle storage for residents and visitors will continue to be conveniently located for easy access. Extensive use of the thoughtfully selected indigenous vegetation in open areas provides improved stormwater management, reduced local heat island effect, and increased opportunities for comfortable recreation and socialization. Drip irrigation systems and water efficient plumbing fixtures all continue to substantially reduce water use. The buildings typically use passive strategies to increase energy efficiency. This includes pursuing highly efficient glass on the facade, highly efficient lighting, operable windows and doors, and enhanced commissioning and refrigerant management. Recycled and renewable materials, use of regional resources, and reduction of on-site waste are all considerations for the selection and specification of materials for building structure and envelope, for exterior and interior finishes, and for overall site development. Large windows provide abundant daylight and views to normally occupied spaces. Material selections aim to eliminate volatile organic compounds.
Let's turn to the Mahana Ward Village project. Can you just describe the history of the project?
So, going back in time, on September 6, 2023, HCDA approved a plan development permit for Mahana through its finding of facts, conclusions of law, and decision in order for KAK 23-027, the original Mahana PDP, we'll call it. Thereafter, on June 5th, 2024, HCDA approved entering into a letter of intent to purchase two parcels within the Ward Master Plan, collectively referred to now as Land Block G, from an affiliate of VWL. And on December 4th, 2024, HCDA formally authorized the HCDA Executive Director to execute the purchase and sale agreement for Land Block G PCA, we'll refer to it. The Block P3 PCA, which HCDA and VWL affiliate executed on December 24, 2024, provided, among other terms, that the consideration for HCDA's purchase of Block P3 would be 163,000 square feet of supplemental floor area from HCDA's floor area bank, the supplemental floor area, which the parties agreed that VWL would have a right to use in its discretion for, and I'll read from the PSA directly here, residential, commercial, and or industrial uses in connection with an amended Mahana Ward Village Plan Development Permit application which inclusive of design adjustments to accommodate the supplemental floor area and or reasonable podium tolerances shall be subject to the HCDA Executive Director's processing, review, and approval under the 2005 MALPA area rules. The Block P3 PSA also told all deadlines in the original Mahana PDP and the deadline to issue the initial building permit for the project, quote, until the final disposition by the HCDA Executive Director of the amended Mahana Ward Village application, end quote. HCDA certified the transfer and the use of supplemental floor area for Mahana Ward Village in HCDA's letter dated January 8th, 2025, which is an exhibit in this proceeding. Thereafter, as contemplated and approved by HCDA, VWL and its consultants worked to efficiently utilize the supplemental floor area to provide additional homes and enhance Mahana Ward Village's design, all within the constraints of the original parcel, as reflected now here today in the amended plan development permit for your consideration.
And with respect to the amended Mahana Ward Village design, how does it fit into the Ward Village Master Plan, and how was it shaped by community?
So, thank you, Brian. Mahana is situated at the intersection of Ward Avenue and Haleakala and at the crown of Victoria Park, Malka. Mahana will continue to significantly advance many of the strategies discussed in the Ward Master Plan as informed by the board's prior decisions and orders. The amended design continues to achieve the placemaking and pedestrian activation envisioned in the Ward Master Plan through various approaches, including ground floor commercial space, expanded podium level homes, wide sidewalks, shade trees, and landscaping, minimal curb cuts, public art, and aesthetically interesting liner facades to screen the podium and parking garage. Featuring 13,600 square feet of ground floor commercial space along Haleakala and Ward Avenue, including further refined landscape outdoor plazas and seating areas, Mahana will welcome pedestrians and activate this multi-gateway to Ward Village. Haleakala, in addition to improving east-west connectivity through Ward Village, will serve as an additional retail corridor for the community, allowing pedestrians to shop, dine, and conveniently experience all the amenities that Ward Village has to offer, including the renovated and expanded Victoria Ward Park. Mahana's ground floor commercial space will complement the ground floor commercial area across Haleakala at the Park Ward Village, as the retail spaces along Haleakala connect now at Ali, Ko'ula, and Ayo. A public transit plaza at the corner of Ward Avenue and Haleakala is adjacent to the Hart Station easement and accommodates pedestrian access directly to the proposed TOD station. The retail and outdoor areas will transition into a unique double height porte cochere that provides a grand entrance surrounded by windows to facilitate a lobby space filled with natural light. A colonnade matching the height of the porte cochere wraps around the platform, providing protected walkways between parking, retail, and residences, while also providing shade for the ground floor outdoor seating areas adjacent to the platform. As a result of the 111 additional homes, the amended design also includes more open space and recreation space than the original design, while maintaining the sleek residential tower and setbacks to preserve the additional view corridor and vista plan for Ward Village between Ward Avenue and Kamake Street. Lastly, the original DNO for Mahana approved a pocket park along the Malka portion of the project lot facing Queen Street. We appreciate the community feedback on the desire for additional pet-friendly areas within Ward Village. And based on that feedback, currently VWL intends to study the feasibility of an off-leash dog park and expanding upon the originally approved pocket park concept to create a dog park conveniently located in Ward Village. And we've already begun that process.
Let me turn to the project's anticipated impact, particularly on transit-oriented development, bus, rail, and other modes of rapid transit. What is the project's anticipated impact in those areas?
So multiple opportunities for public transit will be available. Bus stops are conveniently located on and near Ward Avenue. Short and long-term bicycle facilities will be provided on site, and Mahana is directly adjacent and will accommodate access to the Hart Rail Station.
And did Victoria Ward study the impacts of adding the additional floor areas to Mahana in terms of the traffic infrastructure, architectural design, community resources, and the construction schedule?
Yes, we did. The use of supplemental floor area will add an additional 111 homes in the urban core from our prior design. This will contribute to addressing the critical shortage of housing in Hawaii, including the shortage of market housing. This provides opportunities for those moving up the housing ladder and in turn opens up housing opportunities for others. VWL's experts have carefully studied the potential impacts of the additional floor area, and as our experts will testify, the impacts of the additional homes and residents are manageable and or can be effectively mitigated. In terms of construction, while the additional floor area does add additional time within the anticipated construction schedule, since the project as amended is still materially within the same footprint as the original approved project, and the additional floor area is effectively being distributed throughout the development, the construction timeline is not expected to be significantly extended by the additional floor area.
And can you briefly describe the economic impacts of the project?
So in summary, Mahana provides significant economic benefits for our state, city, and community, particularly during this period of state budgetary constraints and uncertainty arising from federal budget reductions. Similar to the other projects that are part of the Ward Master Plan, Mahana will make significant positive economic impacts to new housing supply, job creation, spending, property tax receipts, retail sales, and ongoing building operations and maintenance. The 451 homes will provide market price residences in Honolulu's urban core, and residents will have convenient access to area employment, retail, industrial services, and all of the amenities that Ward Village and Kaka'ako have. Beyond enhancing the lives of its residents and the Ward Village community, Mahana will have a direct overall impact for our state and city.
Thank you very much, Ms. Sodaro. Chair Kiga, Victoria Ward has no further questions for Ms. Sodaro at this time. For the record, her written testimony is marked as Exhibit 4, and she was referring to excerpts of the slide presentation marked as Exhibit 25. She is available for any questions.
Great, thank you. Members or Director Nakamoto, any questions for this witness? Member Strites.
I noticed that more or less the parking ratio kind of maintained around 1.49. I was curious how this particular development compares to the rest of the master plan projects, being that it's right adjacent to the rail.
So we do have an expert witness who can speak more granularly to parking demand, in the housing market, but we're following the typical ratio of our other projects and mixed-use residences. So rail's not here yet. And so, that's kind of been one of the catch-22s, and our expert witness can kind of talk about that, about the importance of parking to home buyers.
Okay, and then just one last question. You had said that there was direct access to the station that was ground level through an easement. Okay.
Yeah, and we're happy to pull up an exhibit for you, the connection of that public easement that the staff requested and Hart also did in our last PDP hearings is at the entry point for the revenue escalators. So it's like right there.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to see that either.
We have a
reference it in the exhibit or
one of the site plans, the landscape plan exhibit, I think. Yeah, we'll find the exhibit. This way you can see it in detail. Let's see. Yeah, the landscape plan. Let's see. If you want to go to the PDP exhibit, Brian?
Sure.
Yeah, there's a couple circulation plan. It's exhibit 6, if you have it also. But the circulation plan is probably the best to address. So in the PDP exhibit 6, there's another copy too.
Where do you read it?
So exhibit 6 has different colors for the multimodal circulation. So member strides, you can see in green that shows the path directly to where the revenue escalators are for Hart. On the left-hand side where the little triangle wedge section is. Thank you, Summer. And here on the screen for everyone else. Yeah, so you can access, onto Ward Avenue, or you can cut through the transit plaza that's designed. Thank you.
Sorry, just one more.
Please.
So, still on the parking, I noticed that, the parking is going up, the number of stalls, but then the height of the parking podium is only going up 2.5 feet. How is that being accommodated?
Absorbed.
Okay.
Well, I'm not a structural engineer, but we do have an expert witness to talk. The podium is just absorbing it. It has to do with the internal ramp
Okay,
designs changing.
thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You may call your next
Chair,
witness.
sorry.
Oh, sorry. Member Doc.
Apologies.
Sorry.
Yes.
My apologies. We still need to go for member and director questions. So, yeah. Director Nakamoto, sorry.
Thanks, Mr. Dar, for coming today and presenting. Really appreciate it. I wanted to just clarify and thank you for kind of listening to the feedback from public about, Malka Park or Malka and Mackay Parks and the recent policy and for considering, the pocket park in Mahana for dog park. I know there's a lot of details to be worked out,
Mhm.
sure, before that comes to fruition, but is the intent that if it works out and all the other legal issues are resolved, that park would be under the Ward Village Master Association to operate in?
Yes, so the pocket park, I don't know if we want to pull up another landscape plan, but the short answer is yes. All of the open spaces, including the parks or the urban plazas, would be maintained by the Ward Village Owners Association. And so I think the approximate size of that current park is about 2,000 square feet and change. And so the feasibility that we're studying in my comments is about expanding that.
Expand.
Mhm.
Thank you, Ms. Stone. Thank you, Chair. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Members, any other members Dakota?
Hi, good morning. Good to see you again. Congratulations on all the development within Ward Village. It's looking much better over the years and slowly getting better. And also, I appreciate you addressing the issues with the dog park. As the project continues, one of my not concerns, but I would like to ask you, I guess, from VWL standpoint, are there any issues that the HCDA can address that are concerns of yours kind of going forward? That's kind of open-ended question to give the board some things to think about as far as if there's any hurdles or issues that we should consider going forward with Ward Village.
Well, thank you for the question, Member Sakota. Well, I have to give much thought to that. Nothing comes to mind. I would like to appreciate HCDA's access and availability to work through the number of projects and DNO orders and the numerous, community interfaces that we have to address, both board and staff comments. So if anything, I would just say thank you for being readily available as an agency as a whole.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Members, any other comments or questions? Director? Nope. All right. Thank you to the witness, and you may now call your next witness.
Thank you. The Third Ward Limited's next witness is Tom Schnell.
Great. Right. Welcome, Mr. Schnell. Could you please raise your right hand? And do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you provide is the truth?
I do swear.
Great. Thank you, counsel. You may proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Schnell. Can you please restate your name for the record as well as your place of employment and position, please?
I'm Tom Schnell. I'm with PBR Hawaii and Associates. I'm a vice president and I'm a planner.
And Mr. Schnell, can you please describe your educational background and experience?
My resume is marked as an exhibit in this proceeding, so I refer you to that for brevity. Over 26 years, I have over 26 years of experience as a professional planner at PBR Hawaii. I've worked on many projects within Ward Village and throughout the state. And on a personal note, I've lived in Kaka'ako since 1995.
And we're here to talk about the amended PDP application for Mahana Ward Village. Can you please describe how the components of the project will fulfill the requirements of the 2005 Market Area Rules, as well as Hawaii Revised Statutes, Section 206E-5.6, Section G?
Sure. Mahana is now planned to include approximately 451 homes, nearly 52,000 square feet of indoor and outdoor recreation space, nearly 12,600 square feet of open space. And the design of Mahana continues to protect, preserve, and enhance the neighborhood through compliance with the vested rules. The design is informed by several principles in the Ward Master Plan, including street level experiences, exceptional public spaces, distinctive retail and public realm experiences. And table 5-2 of the amended applications summarizes Mahana's continued conformance with the vested rules and the Ward Master Plan. In brief, Mahana will complement and be compatible with the approved designs for the area and developments in the vicinity of the project. It will help to fulfill a continued market demand for residential housing in the urban Honolulu. It will facilitate the complete street design features of Ward Village through a walkable pedestrian environment and integrating various modes of transportation, including transit and bicycles. And it will provide amenities and social gathering spaces. In addition, Mahana will also positively impact the preservation of natural systems through sustainable design practices, comply with historic preservation processes and requirements, provide connections to critical centers of commerce, industry, employment, and tourism from downtown through Waikiki and beyond, and positively impacts the state economy and resources through provision of substantial amenities and public facilities developed within and near Mahana with no government funding, while ensuring that the existing and planned infrastructure is adequate to support the project. And Mahana will provide significant economic benefits to the state during a period of fiscal uncertainty, and also provides a significant infusion of funds under the School Impact Fee Program. In short, Mahana complies with applicable provisions of HCD's 2005 Market Area Rules and fulfills all the requirements of HRS Section 206E-5.6 subsection J.
Let me refer you to a comment letter that the State Department of Transportation submitted dated February 18th, 2026 regarding Mahana project. Are you familiar with that letter, Mr. Shea?
Yes.
And what is Victoria Ward's response to that?
So briefly, DOT's comment letter incorporates 4 comments from DOT's June 20th, 2023 letter submitted for the original Mahana application. These comments relate to aircraft operations, since Mahana site is about 3.5 miles away from the airport. How will Victoria Ward address the comments? Victoria Ward Limited will comply with all of DOT's requests. Specifically, Victoria Ward Limited will review the state's technical assistant memorandum relating to FAA requirements, have its contractor limit FAA form, its contractor will submit FAA form 7460-1 relating to the noise of the proposed construction or notice of proposed construction. And Victoria Ward Limited is also aware of potential impacts from aircraft operations due to the proximity of the airport and the requirement to avoid landscaping and vegetation that will attract wildlife.
Let me refer you next to a comment letter from the Department of Education dated February 24th, 2026. Are you familiar with that letter and what is Victoria Ward response about it?
I'm familiar with the letter from DOE, and DOE requested a meeting between Victoria Ward Limited and the DOE Facilities Branch to discuss the project's impact on existing schools and to develop strategies to address impacts. The meeting is set for next week.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Schnell. Chair Higa, Victoria Ward has no further questions for Mr. Schnell.
Thank you, council. Board members or director, do we have any questions for Mr. Schnell? Seeing none, you can move to your next witness, council. Thank you, Mr. Schnell.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair Higa. Our next witness will be Joseph Furrow. And my co-counsel will be handling the director.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Morning, Mr. Ferraro.
Morning.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you provide is the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Mr. Ferraro. Can you please state for the record your name, place of employment, and position?
Yes, my name is Joseph Ferraro. I am a founding principal and chairman of the board at Ferraro Choi and Associates. I'm a licensed architect in Hawaii and New York and a fellow in the American Institute of Architects.
Thank you. And can you tell us what is your role on this project, Mahana Ward Village?
Ferraro Choi was retained to provide architectural peer review assistance for Mahana Village.
Now, from an architectural perspective, can you describe for us Mahana Ward Village's design and how that design responds to this particular site's unique constraints?
Yes, Mahana Ward Village is designed as a distinctive architectural element at the Malka edge of Victoria Ward Park. The site is unique because it has constraints including a triangular footprint, proximity to the future Skyline Station, and a major sewer and drainage easements running right through the property. Design responds thoughtfully to these conditions while remaining consistent with Ward Neighborhood Master Plan. It features a slender Malka Mackay oriented tower that preserves view quarters, has a podium that screens parking with residential and retail uses, and more than 13,000 square feet of ground floor commercial space. It has a plaza connection near the Skyline Station and architectural elements such as a colonnade and double height spaces that activate the street and enhance the walkability of the area.
Thank you. And lastly, can you share for us, how does the project protect and enhance neighborhood characteristics under HRS 206E-526?
Yes, Mahana advances the Ward Master Plan's key strategies by strengthening public space connections, supporting pedestrian-oriented streets. It preserves the Malka Mackay view corridors and enhances the streetscapes. Mahana improves the connectivity along Halikuila and Ward Avenue, activates the Malka gateway to Ward Village, minimizes the pedestrian vehicle conflicts, and supports complete streets principles by prioritizing safety, walkability, and multimodal access.
Thank you, Mr. Ferraro. Chair Higa, members of the authority, Victoria Ward has no further questions for this witness, but he is available for your questions if any.
Thank you, council. Members or Director Nakamoto, any questions for Mr. Ferraro? Seeing none, thank you, Mr. Ferraro. Council, we may proceed to your next witness.
Thank you very much.
And Chair Higa, I'll just note for the record that Mr. Ferraro's written testimony was received into evidence as Exhibit 6, his presentation hearing testimony, as well as his impressive resume as Exhibit 8 in the evidence.
Thank you.
Then I'll go ahead and call our next witness, Mr. Glenn Wyatt.
Good morning. Could you please raise your right hand? Sure. Thank you. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you provide is the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Wyatt.
Morning.
Can you please state again your name for the record, as well as your place of employment and position?
My name is Glenn Kawai. I'm a Senior Vice President and Principal at Wilson Okamoto Corporation, Civil Engineering Consultant for Ward Village. Also a licensed civil engineer.
And you submitted written direct testimony for this project, is that right?
Yes, I did.
Thank you, Mr. Hawaii. Victor Award will rest on this witness's written direct testimony, which was received into evidence. That is Exhibit 12. He's now available for any questions from the board.
Thank you. Board members or director, any questions for this witness? Seeing none, thank you. We'll proceed to your next witness.
Great. Victoria Ward will call as its next witness, Ms. Jenilyn Morrow.
Good morning. Could you please raise your right hand? And do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you provide is the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you. Can you please state your name, place of employment, and position for the record?
Sure. My name is Jenny Lynn Morrill. I am a project manager within the transportation group at Wilson Okamoto Corporation.
And Ms. Morrow, how have you been involved in this particular project, Mahana Ward Village?
Sure. Wilson Okamoto was retained by Victoria Ward to prepare an updated traffic impact report. That report evaluates the revised project design and identifies potential traffic impacts and recommended mitigation measures.
Now, in addition to traffic impacts arising from vehicles, did the updated traffic impact report that you prepared, did it also describe and consider existing and proposed bicycle facilities in Ward Village?
Yes, the traffic impact report includes a section that assesses other modes, including bicycle facilities. There is also a figure that's included in the traffic report that shows the existing and proposed bicycle facilities within Ward Village. Some of these include bike lanes, parking, as well as bike share station throughout Ward Village. Specifically to the Mahana site, there are protected bike lanes along Ward Avenue. And then as an example of a proposed or future improvement, there are plans to add bike lanes along Halikawila as well.
Thank you, Ms. Morrow. And the figure you were referring to in the traffic impact report, would that be figure 13?
Yes.
Great, thank you. I'd like to turn now to a comment letter. Did you receive and review a copy of the HPD, the Honolulu Police Department's comment letter? This was dated February 18th, 2026 regarding the project?
Yes.
Okay, and one of the comments HPD made is that in quote, appropriate measures must be implemented to ensure safe, efficient traffic flow to protect both pedestrians and motorists, end quote. Will such measures be implemented for this project?
Yes, my understanding is that appropriate measures to ensure safe and efficient traffic flow will be implemented with the project. The updated traffic impact report included detailed analysis of the traffic impacts of Ward Avenue and Halikawila intersection, among others in the vicinity of the project, which is based on real world traffic data, included field observations and traffic counts, and applied standard traffic engineering methodologies. At the conclusion of the report, it recommends providing adequate site distance at driveways, adequate on-site loading and turnaround service areas, as well as measures to minimize potential queuing onto the adjacent public roadways. So together, these features are intended to maintain safe, efficient, and orderly traffic flow for motorists, pedestrians, and other users of the roadway, and is consistent with city standards. And my understanding is that Victoria Ward intends to implement all of the recommended mitigation measures included in the report.
Thank you. And lastly, HPD also commented that, quote, during construction, a comprehensive traffic control plan should be required, end quote. and that HPD recommends the hiring of special duty officers when construction activities impact roadways, etc. Will this project address construction-related traffic impacts?
Yes, it's also my understanding that Victoria Ward will require that its construction contractors implement appropriate safety measures during construction, including the preparation of and implementation of appropriate traffic control plan, and utilize special duty officers when required in order to ensure pedestrian and motorist safety.
Thank you, Ms. Morrow. Chair Higa, members of the authority, Victoria Board has no further questions for this witness. I'll note for the record, though, that her written testimony is marked as Exhibit 17, and she's available now for any questions from the board.
Thank you, council, board members, or Director Nakamoto. Any comments or questions for this witness? Sure. Member?
Question on your traffic study, did that specifically include transportation demand management measures such as like car share? I know you mentioned, bike and so forth.
Right. No, it did not. That's included in another report that we have also prepared for Ward Village, which would be a traffic management report. TDM measures are typically not included as part of the traffic impact analysis.
Okay. So that's one of the exhibits.
The traffic, it is referenced in the traffic impact report. I do not believe a copy is included.
The TDM measures are also included in the overall transportation management plan for the Ward Village.
Yes.
Great. Members, any other questions for this witness? Seeing no, thank you, Ms. Moore.
Thank you.
And moving now to your next witness, council.
The Victoria Ward will call next Mr. Atao Sakuma.
Mr. Sakuma, could you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you provide is the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Sakuma, can you please state your name for the record as well as your place of employment and your current position?
Yes. My name is Atal Sakuma. I am a real estate broker and senior vice president of sales for locations at Los Angeles.
Thank you. Mr. Sakuma, what were you asked to evaluate for this project, Mahana Ward Village?
Victoria Ward asked us to analyze the Oahu real estate market with a focus on demand for market price housing and parking in urban Honolulu and Kaka'ako as it relates to Mahana's Ward Village.
Great, thank you. And there was a question earlier about parking, and I'd like to ask you to speak to that. Based on your experience, is parking an important factor for buyers in the urban core?
Yes. Even in walkable neighborhoods like Kaka'ako, most buyers rely on personal vehicles for work, family, and other daily responsibilities. Parking remains a meaningful factor in purchase decisions and directly affects marketability and resale value. Our experience shows that even when given the option to decouple parking for financial credit, buyers overwhelmingly choose to retain their parking stall.
Thank you. And what's your professional opinion regarding the planned parking supply to be offered at Mahana Ward Village?
The planned parking supply is reasonable and appropriate to meet demonstrated market demand, neighborhood compatibility, and the long-term success of the project.
And further, what would be the impact of reducing, say, the number of parking stalls to the regulatory minimum?
Reducing parking from 674 to the minimum 580 would materially impact unit marketability, particularly for larger units. It could lengthen marketing periods or require pricing adjustments. It could also shift parking demand to surrounding streets, increasing congestion and neighborhood impacts.
Thank you, Mr. Sakuma. Chair Higa and members of the authority, I believe this addresses the parking question that was raised earlier. But Mr. Sakuma, of course, is available for any follow-up questions.
Thank you. Great. Members or director, any questions for this witness?
None, Chair.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Sakuma.
Thank you. And I'll just note, if I may briefly for the record, that Mr. Sakuma's written testimony and is included as Exhibit 19.
Great. Council, you may call your next witness.
Thank
Sure.
you. I'll turn the mic back to my co-counsel, Brian Ken, to call our next witness.
Thank you, Ms. The Victoria Ward's next witness is not Victoria.
Morning.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you provide is the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Counsel?
Mr. McDermott, can you just please restate your name for the record as well as your place of employment and position, please?
My name is Matt McDermott. I'm a project manager with Cultural Surveys Hawaii.
And Mr. McDermott, you provided written and oral testimony in this matter in connection with the prior hearing on the Mahana project. And that was designated as KAK 23-027, correct?
Yes.
Have there been any material changes to your testimony relating to the Mahana project site since the conclusion of that hearing and up to the present?
No.
Chair Higa, we rest on Mr. McDermott's written testimony, which was received into evidence as Exhibit 24 in KAK 23-027, and he is available for any questions.
Thank you. Board members or director, any questions? Chair. Seeing none, thank you, Mr. McDermott.
Thank you.
Counsel, you may call your next witness.
Thank you, Chair Higa. And for our last witness today, I'll call Mr. Paul Brubaker, who is with us by Zoom. If we can.
Thank you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We can. Mr. Brubaker, could you please swear or affirm that the testimony that you provide is the truth?
Yes, I swear that the testimony I will provide is the truth.
Thank you very much. Counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you, Chair Higa. Mr. Brubaker, excuse me, Dr. Brubaker, can you please go ahead and state for us your full name for the record, your place of employment, as well as your position?
Dr. Brubaker, wait, my dad's here? No, I'm kidding. Paul Brubaker, I'm a self-employed economics consultant, and my place of employment is officially, I guess, 606 Ulani Street, Kailua, but right now it's California.
And your background, you are an economist, correct?
Yes, I am a retired commercial bank economist and university lecturer, all in about 25, 30 years at the first and 35 years at the second. And I've been consulting for the last, really full-time for the last 15 years.
Wonderful, thank you. And what were you retained to do for this project, Mahana Ward Village?
This is, I think this may be building 15, but Victoria Ward requested that I provide an analysis of the economic impacts of the revised Mahana project. In my case, because of ongoing changes in the economic environment, my analysis and conclusions are contained in a report dated February 6, 2026, which updates some earlier versions, including one that took into account the new parameters of the building design.
Thank you. And turning now to the heart of it, really, can you share with us what are Mahana Ward Village's economic contributions and why are they important?
Well, the contributions are straightforward. They're tangible, they're timely, both through additional housing, new housing units delivered into the housing market, but also because of the broader economic implications of the construction itself and of the longer term maintenance, and then more, or maybe less tangibly, contributions to the evolving character of the community. Mahana Ward Village adds about 450 homes, almost 14,000 square feet of commercial space, 50,000 square feet of recreational space, and 12,000 square feet of open space in a market that historically has been characterized by low inventories. The reserved housing units, numbering more than 1,200, were pre-delivered essentially. And I think this ought to be emphasized as important in its own right and not evaluated econometrically in my estimates, but if there's a value to it, it's definitely assignable to this master plan and this particular building with the associated public benefits. I calculate that the Mahana Ward Village construction total of about 450 units would be about a fifth of annual housing production on Oahu, and which is material in terms of the flow, which I think we'd all agree is probably less than it should be in general. The construction, of course, supports Hawaii's economy more broadly by providing jobs and economic activity and supply chain support at a time when the post-COVID recovery in Hawaii in particular hasn't been as robust or impressive as in mainland state economy counterparts. And then in the last 12 months, especially against a backdrop of economic uncertainty arising from U.S. Trade policy, geopolitical upheaval, persistent high interest rates, although a lot of optimism about continuing interest rate normalization, and macro aggregate factors like a complete shutdown of U.S. Job growth at the conclusion of last year. Concerns about continued economic weakness in some dimensions, notwithstanding growth of U.S. GDP easily in the 2 to 3% range this year after inflation, but much less supportive performance of travel demand, particularly on the international side, make this kind of work at this kind of time, make this particular construction initiative over the next couple of years more important than would otherwise be the case under what might be called normal circumstances. The labor market remains tight with low unemployment and continued job openings and job growth, although at lower rates in the post-pandemic. The great, what was it called? The Great Resignation, when everybody was sort of reassessing their lives and shifting to newer jobs. We've had a bit of a crack in mortgage rates that I think cast a favorable light on absorption as we move forward. And honestly, I only wish we were building multiples of this kind of building the verb and building the noun. So Mahana Ward Village will deliver significant as well as stabilizing economic benefits, expanding housing supply, supporting construction and employment, activating an urban core environment that really has been a positive transformation from just a subjective personal standpoint. I can't get down there enough, by the way, and every time I do, it's better than it was before. So I think the contribution to resilience at a time of heightened aggregate economic uncertainty and uncertainty in other dimensions is a significant economic contribution.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Brubaker. Chair Higa, members of the authority, Victoria Ward has no additional questions for this witness. So just note for the record that his written testimony is marked as Exhibit 14 and his report is marked as Exhibit 15. And he's available for questions.
Thank you. And then Dr. Brubaker, if you're able to turn on your camera for this part, that would be great. Members or any questions for?
Do you guys, I have an iPhone. Does anybody know? Oh, here, start video. Did that work? Start. Oh, hey, brother. What's up? Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Emeryville, California.
None. All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Brubaker.
Thanks, you guys. Sorry about the tech fail.
You're all good. Council, may call that was your final witness, right? Or
yes.
Okay. Great. In that case, we're going to take a 5-minute recess before we open public testimony. Just so that members may use the restroom, and that way we don't have to interrupt public testimony. So the time is now 10:30 a.m. We will reconvene this meeting at 10:35 a.m. and then we will open public testimony. Okay, welcome back from the recess. The time is now 10:36 a.m. and this Mahana presentation hearing is reconvened. For those who are joining us on Zoom, just a notice that we've gone slightly longer than we expected to for the Mahana public hearing. So this is not yet the Kaka'ako Authority meeting, which will follow immediately after this hearing has concluded. So we are now going to move into, Council, do you have any further witnesses to call?
Victoria Ward has no further witnesses.
Great, thank you. So we are going to proceed now to public testimony on the Mahana presentation hearing. Since the notice of the public hearing was published on Thursday, January 22nd, 2026, and written testimony invited, as of today, the HCDA has received a total of 110 written testimonies, 64 in support, 3 in opposition, and 43 for comments only. We will now take verbal public testimony. Speakers will be called upon to testify in the order in which they have signed up. Public testimony will be limited to 3 minutes each. Since each authority member has or will be given a copy of any written testimony that you might have provided, especially those in support, please refrain from reading your written testimony and instead summarize your comments in the time that you have available. When you are called, please clearly state your name and any organization that you are representing. The first person signed up is Alan Solonsky. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Alan Solonsky, in person or online?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes,
we can hear you.
Okay, I'm not sure my camera is working, but I submitted some comments concerned about kind of the quality of life in my neighborhood. I live in Ko'ula, and I noticed that Dr. Brubaker said that every time he visits the neighborhood, it's better and better. But in the last year, I would have to say that I've seen a significant suffering in the community in a number of ways. The construction impacts are difficult. I think they were addressed a bit today, and they're kind of a given. But so many of the retail spaces are either closed or closing. The base of the theater, almost all those spaces on Oahe are closed. The across the street, all the restaurants in the Ward Tower, those just recently all closed. I've been in movies the past year. The occupancy rate in the theater is less than 10% in every movie I've attended. It would be very sad to see the theater leave. That would be a loss to the community. Losing Ward Center, the Kapuka Center, in particular, the bookstores, all of those are really a loss for these street experiences and retail stores that are so, expressed as they're going to be. It's going to be a great, vibrant community, but I don't see that happening. I see us losing things, not gaining things. I don't know that the economics actually work for these high-priced street spaces, given the community and the economics of it all. So it's more of a concern. I mean, one solution is I really would not like to lose the Ward Center and the businesses that are in there. But I just wonder if the developers or HDCA maybe have some plans and are observing that we really are losing a lot of the the vibrancy of the street level and the street experiences are so promoted that are really not occurring, and we're actually losing. And that's my comment.
Thank you, Alan Solonsky. Board members, any questions? Okay, we'll move now to the next testifier, Amado Sanchez.
Morning, Chair Higa and members of the SCDA board. My name is Amado Sanchez. I'm the CEO for Grubilus Incorporated. We're a specialty shop, an employee-owned company. Grubilus has been involved in Ward Village for over a decade now, employing literally close to 1,000 people over that span. And we know firsthand the importance of sustained jobs and economic contributions that Howard Hughes has brought to the area, and obviously to our families and communities. The Mahana project will be another tremendous addition to the Ward Village and would support additional jobs for the next 2 to 5 years. So our humble ask is that you please approve the project, and thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Sanchez.
Thank you.
Move now to the next testifier, Brian Goldstein. Mr. Goldstein online?
Mr. Goldstein. Oh, there you go.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can, although it's a little bit faint. If you could move closer to the microphone, that would be helpful.
Okay, thanks. Sorry, this isn't Brian Goldstein. This is Leela Goldstein using his computer. And I'm sorry, I don't know how to turn on the video.
Leela, could you please spell your name just for the record?
Yes, and I submitted written testimony as well. Leela is my first name, and my last name is the same, Goldstein. As I noted, I submitted written testimony. This is about the pet concern in Ward Village. I and many, many other residents and owners moved here based in part on that promise. We invested in the community, in our homes, based on that promise. And it is deeply disappointing to not have Ward Village follow through on that. I'm not asking for a dog park. I'm not asking for a congregation area in the park. I'm asking simply to be able to walk on the grass with my dog without being surveilled, without having my picture taken, and without occasionally feeling threatened by the security that my HOA fees support. I heard a claim at the neighborhood, I think it's called council meeting, that there have been 5 years of conversation on this topic. The community was not engaged. I certainly think I would have known about it, and my husband is on the board of Ko'ula, so he certainly would have known about it. So frankly, we were blindsided by this prohibition when signs went up. That's how we found out. There wasn't conversation. There wasn't email notification or notification of any sort. It felt kind of sneaky. And it has created an environment of discomfort and distrust. It's divided our community. And I really would beseech HCDA to help us to get the character of the neighborhood that we were promised. Frankly, I grew up in Moilili. I raised my kids in Manoa, and I've been living here for 3.5 years, and now it doesn't feel like home. It doesn't even feel like Hawaii anymore, honestly. The aloha spirit has been sucked out of this neighborhood, and it's really sad. Just if pets want to go on the lawn, and there's no reason why we can't all work together to make it fun, safe, and friendly for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Goldstein. We'll move next to Atao Sakuma. If you wish to provide testimony. Yeah, I think you can. Great. I'll move now to Mark Anthony Clemente. representing the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters.
Morning, Chair, members, Mark Anthony Clemente, Political Director for the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters. We stand on our written testimony, but I just want to make a few points. Ward Village is a model for the type of intentional planning, vision that I think we need to see more of across our state. I just want to make a couple points. So the Mahana amendments follow the existing Ward Village Master Plan and Development Agreement, allowing for over 100 homes, 111 additional homes. The second point I want to make is that the economic impact of this project was significant. $670 million in economic impact for our state, projected over $225 million in workers' earnings throughout the project, another $40 million in state revenue, and $121 million in real property tax over 30 years. And that's a peak of 900 jobs sustained yearly throughout the duration of the project, employing folks like group builders and others. The third point I want to make is that this project connects housing to public transit. And if we want rail to succeed, we need more homes near rail stations. Lastly, I'm from the North Shore, and the comments we receive from the community there is want to keep the country, and that's true for them. And if that's the case, we need to keep urban. And so we urge that HCDA passes these amendments. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Move now to our next testifier. Sorry if I mispronounce this, Dion Kalaola.
Morning.
Good morning, Chair, members of the board. My name is Dion Kalaola, Service Representatives with the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters. As a longtime supporter of development of Ward Village, I'm generally impressed by the vision behind the updated plans for Mahana. Seeing Howard Hughes Holdings and Victoria Ward Ltd take a careful, community-minded approach gives me a real confidence in what this project will bring in Honolulu. Watching Ward Village evolve has been incredible. And updated plans for Mahana honestly make me excited for our community's future. Adding more homes while expanding open spaces and amenities shows a real commitment to the people who live here. And a thoughtful design, the recreation areas, and the walkable retail frontage all feel like they're strengthening the heart of our neighborhood. I'm proud to support Mahana. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Now to the next testifier, Eric Rainey.
Hello, good morning, Chair and members. My name is Eric Rainey with the Hawaii Carpenters Union, and I support these amendments to the Mahana Ward Village project. Not only does the amendment increase housing where it makes the most sense, it adds homes in already planned urban communities instead of pushing developments farther and farther away. Honolulu needs more housing near their jobs, their transit, and near services. This project builds homes in walkable areas where people can live without relying on long commutes. The amendment simply allows the projects to deliver more homes within an existing master plan. This is a practical response to today's housing needs. For these reasons, I respectfully support the approval of the Mahana Ward Village amendments. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Next testifier is Sol-Young Kim.
Morning.
Morning, all chair, members. My name is Sol-Myung Sam Kim. I'm the government relations representative with the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters. Testifying in support of the Mahana Ward Village amendments. Just want to say it's not only about housing, it's also about economic opportunity. This project is expected to generate hundreds of construction jobs, significant worker earnings during the development. Projects like this support local workers, local businesses, and tax revenues that help fund public services. At a time when Hawaii faces economic uncertainty, investments that create jobs while also producing housing should be encouraged. I respectfully support the amendments to move this project forward. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Great. Thank you. Next testifier is Mitchell Timanis.
Morning.
Good morning. Morning, Chair, Board members. My name is Mitchell Tainanes, representing the Hawaii Regional Council of Carpenters and its 6,000 local families and members. One reason I support this amendment is that it improves neighborhoods beyond just building a tower. The project includes ground floor commercial space, active streets, landscaping, and open space that makes an area safer and more welcome to pedestrians. Good development is not only about buildings. It is about creating a place where people want to walk, gather, and spend time. These improvements help turn Ward Village into a complete community rather than just collection of buildings. I support approval of the Mahana amendments. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Move now to the next testifier is Todd Adams.
Morning. Morning. Aloha, Chair and board members. My name is Todd Adams, and I am a resident at Ulana Ward Village. As new projects move forward in the Mauka area, I respectfully ask that the authority remain attentive to the ongoing performance of approved building systems in existing developments. There remain unresolved structure-borne vibration questions associated with a central mechanical system under normal operation in one project. I raise this simply as a matter of oversight continuity. Mahalo.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Adams. We will move now to online testimony in this order. First will be Zach Taylor, then will be Mia Checkley, then will be Jason Tyra. So we'll start with Zach Taylor online.
Thank you, Governor, Chair Higa, and the other board members. I know, right? My name is Zach Taylor. I'm currently the Vice President for Operations for Layton Construction. I want to just add my testimony to Amato and my fellow members at the Carpenters Union. This is a great plan. The Mahana Tower is just a continuation of Ward Village. It's a development that we've been involved with since 2015, over a decade. We've seen it go from just steel storage buildings into the community that it is right now. And we continue to be part of it. We're currently working on the Kalai Tower, and we're really looking forward to continuing the development of the neighborhood. These are meaningful jobs, between Layton and its partner subcontractors. These are hundreds and hundreds of jobs for good local families. These are good paying jobs, and we're helping to redevelop the community to where what I saw it as 10 years ago to what it is today is night and day different. So I want to add my support. I've provided written testimony, but wanted to appear before the board today just to make sure that it's clear. I support Mahana and the amendment that's currently before the board. 450 additional units in the Honolulu market is a big deal. And so appreciate your time, and I want to just add my support to the project.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Next online testifier is Mia Checkley, to be followed by Jason Tyra. Mia Checkley.
Aloha and good morning, Chair Higa and members of the HCDA board. My name is Mia Checkley, and I am Swinnerton, Hawaii's Business Development Manager. On behalf of Swinnerton, I'm pleased to offer verbal testimony in support of the amendments to Mahana Ward Village project proposed by Howard Hughes. Swinnerton is currently building Laniu Ward Village and knows the importance of multi-year construction projects and the significant value and economic stability that they bring to our workers, our subcontractors, and their families. Supporting the supply of housing is of utmost importance for all of us, and we appreciate the opportunity to offer our support to do just that. We respectfully request that you approve this PDP amendment that allows for additional homes and more home ownership opportunities here in Hawaii. Mahalo for your time and consideration.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Mia Checkley. We'll have Jason Tyra to be followed by Ariel Orasua. Jason Tyra.
Hi, guys.
Good morning.
Hi, good
ahead.
morning. Thank you. Good morning, Chair Higa and members of the HCDA board. My name is Jason Tyra, co-owner of Bloom Room located in the Ward Village. Bloom Room has been a part of Ward Village for a year now, and we have very much enjoyed being located in the master plan community of Ward Village. The Mahana Project Ward Village will be another amazing and tremendous addition to Ward Village. We humbly ask that you please approve the project. Mahana Ward Village will be another amazing addition, we feel. Please support this project so more local families can reside in Kaka'ako and support our store, Bloom Room. Thank you so much for your time and consideration. Have a great day.
Thank you, Mr. Tyra. We'll go to Ariel Orasua to be followed by the phone number ending in 5764. Ariel?
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes.
Hello, my name is Ariel Orasud and I'm a unit owner in the A'ali'i building. I'm testifying to object the ban on dogs in Ward Village parks. When I purchased my first home in Ward Village in 2022, the community's pet-friendly character was a major factor in my decision. Ward Village actively marketed and represented itself as a pet-friendly community, and I relied on that representation when choosing to buy my home here. The parks have become a meaningful part of my life where I connect with neighbors and spend time outdoors, often while running. As a young woman, I regularly run in the area with my dog, and having my dog with me helps me feel safer during my runs. I support reasonable dog rules such as leash requirements and cleaning up after your dog, but a full ban removes access to shared community spaces that residents have relied on. I've also personally felt uncomfortable in this past week while being followed and spoken to harshly by security simply for running on the sidewalk with my dog, not on the grass. I respectfully ask that HCDA consider policies that allow residents and responsible dog owners to continue using these parks safely and responsibly. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. We'll move now to the phone number ending in 5764, and then anyone else wishing to provide testimony, either in person or online, please either raise your hand or make known afterwards. So, and then for the phone number, could you please identify yourself since we can't see any name?
Morning, Chair Higa and members of the HCDA board. My name is Kevin Fujikawa. I'm the Senior Project Manager at Takano Nakamura Landscaping. We are a full-service landscape construction and maintenance contractor. Currently, Takano Nakamura is a subcontractor on Park Ward Village and formerly on Victoria Place, Anaha, Ayo, and others. We're also the primary landscape maintenance contractor supporting the Ward Village Master Association and the Ward Village operations team. We maintain a large portion of the green space at Ward Village, such as Victoria Ward, Mackay Park, Victoria Place, and Ulana, as well as the AOUOs such as Kalai Park, the A'ali'i internment site, areas of Ko'ula, Victoria Place, and Kekilohana. On behalf of Takano Nakamura Landscaping, we applaud the continued investment by Ward Village in developing and maintaining more than 8 acres of open public space where parks, tree-lined pedestrian-friendly pathways, and bike lanes are available for our community. Ward Village's public realm space, such as the recently completed Victoria Ward Park, supports community events, cultural programming, where placemaking and public art meets outdoor play and recreation to connect us with nature. We also applaud Ward Village for implementing environmentally sustainable initiatives in a dense urban community. By planting trees and using native species to restore the area's ecology and to restore or reduce urban heat while mitigating stormwater runoff. While I submitted written testimony, I just wanted to reiterate Takano Nakamura's support for this project. Simply said, this project will provide another 450 plus families an opportunity to live in the center of Honolulu and benefit from a walkable, green, and transit mixed use community. And thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll now call anyone in person who wishes to provide testimony on this item, please.
Morning. Morning, Chair, members. I'm Jeff Masatsugu. I signed up this morning, but I guess I wasn't called or something. But I represent, I'm the Director of Government Affairs for the International Union of Painters and Allied Trades District Council 50. And we represent 5 local unions here in Hawaii, painters, tapers, glazers, floor layers, and industrial painters at Pearl Harbor. You have my written testimony. I won't repeat it. I'd just like to take this opportunity to say that we're in strong support of the project. We're very excited about the expanded scope of work in the amended plan. The extra 100 units is a great benefit to the community. You couldn't find a better location for them. It's also a great benefit to our members too, obviously. So we're in strong support of the project, and we respectfully request you approve the amended plan. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in person wishing to provide testimony? Seeing none, will go for the last call on online. I see a Russell Wan.
Good morning, Chair Higa and members of the HCDA board. My name is Russell. Morning. My name is Russell Wan. I'm the owner of Ginza Sushi. We just relocated in Ward Entertainment Center on Kamakea Street last May. We've been at the other location on Hawaii Street for 12 years. Of course, with the support of Howard Hughes. But I also own a condo in Kekiloana as well. So please accept my support for Ward Village plan for Mahana Ward Village. And as a resident and the restaurant owner of neighborhood restaurant, I've seen the positive change that has taken place over the last 30 years in Kaka'ako. I had, in addition to my prior written testimony, it was important for me to share with all of you in person the Mahana Ward Village will be another tremendous addition that will bring more residents to sustain local eateries and restaurants like mine. Appreciate your time. Thank you for your continued support of small business, and please approve this project. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Wan. Anyone else online wishing to provide testimony?
Anyone? No, Chair.
Seeing none, we will close public testimony, which brings us to closing today's hearing. Now the authority would like to close the record for the hearing unless the counsel for the applicant would like to request the record be kept open.
Chair Higa, Victoria Board requests that the record be kept open for purposes of the modification hearing tomorrow. And we thank the board and staff for today's hearing, and we look forward to that hearing.
Okay, thank you, counsel. The authority will keep the record open to allow the applicant to submit additional material into the record. If there are no further comments or discussion, then on behalf of the HCDA authority members and its staff, I thank you for your attendance. As mentioned earlier, in conjunction with this plan development permit, the applicant is requesting modification from the vested Kaka'ako Mauka area rules and would be making a presentation for those modifications tomorrow, Thursday, March 5th, 2026 at 9 a.m. virtually on Zoom and at the physical meeting site. This public hearing on the applicant's presentation of its project now stands adjourned. The time is now 11:04 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you very much.